And this project is something you can do for your favorite teacher, which I want to know, who is your favorite teacher? What teacher has made the most impact on your life? What teacher has made the most impact on your life? I shared a little bit today about the teacher that had the most impact. One of the teachers, because it's hard to pick, but really, there were a lot of teachers. And by the way, we are on project 4. I owe you a project for yesterday, but I'm sure you'll understand that sometimes you just gotta let it go. I don't know how many of you have children, or if you have grandchildren like I do. I have one grandchild. So yesterday, it became the take care of that grandchild. Scooting myself over so I'm actually in the frame. So yeah, you guys can see over here all of the pastes. That's actually some of them, because there's more up there, down that way. But tonight's project, we are going to make a project for your teacher, the favorite teacher of your life. So what I did, and I almost didn't do this because I'm really tired. I've been up since 3 a.m. and I had like a half-hour nap. I tried to lay down before this, but just, when you're up, you're up. So, and I'm not drinking coffee in the afternoon because then I won't go to sleep in the evening. I don't know how coffee affects you, but that's how it affects me. So, what I have here is a block of wood, and I just looked at that and I cut it the wrong way. Yep, I did. I cut this the wrong way. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to go swing in there. I'm going to grab that saw. I'm going to do another cut. Because, yes, I'm bound and determined. I want this to do it right. So I'll be right back. I'm grabbing the saw. You guys are going to get to see me saw tonight. Okay. We'll even do it on the board. Because I sawed it wrong, you guys. I sawed it wrong. Look at that. Because the shape is supposed to be a little bit different than this. So I have this piece, and that's supposed to be like that. But I wonder if I could just, because I've already angled my saw, it doesn't take very long to make that cut. So the question is, do I want to fix this one or just cut another piece? I'm gonna fix this one. No, I'm not gonna fix that one. I'm not going to fix it. I am going to do this one. So you guys get to hear me as I make this cut, because I am going to make this cut. And the key here is to get good positioning. So I'm going to turn this around so I can get myself positioned good. So it's about to get loud because I'm going to saw. So it's going to get loud. Extremely loud as I make this cut. Hopefully I make this cut correctly, because I don't want to saw again. Here we go. Piece here. in a knot, you guys. Look at that. Got halfway through and I'm in a knot. I hit a knot. Oh, seriously? I hit a knot. That makes it hard to saw through. Because knots, you guys, knots, if you can see that, make it hard to saw through. So that's not going to be the quick and easy fix I was going for. So I'll just do it the hard way. You know what? We have an issue, people, because somebody is spamming me. That's not kosher. That's super not kosher, people. Who thinks that's kosher? I don't. Which means I gotta get rid of it. Cause we got have the person who is spamming me over there. Somebody's going to get blocked. Somebody is getting blocked very shortly. Banned from the page. Yeah. We don't do things like that here. Delete. I think I got that. I got it. No, 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 no. Not nice. We don't do that. Alright, you guys. Let me get this back. This is biting. There, we did it. I did it, you guys. Sawed it off. Uh-oh. Is somebody here? Oh, you guys, one of the kitties, I hear them. They're screaming because they don't like it when I make noise. So, I'm just going to refresh the chat stream because I want to make sure that comment got deleted. There we go. We don't do spammers. Not on my page. Okay. So, I fixed my board. Now it's correct. Can anybody guess what this is going to be? Considering I'm about to paint it here. I know. Only on Easy Crafters will you see me with a saw. Oops. I got sawdust on here. Okay. Sawdust. We're going to put that down there because this is going to be... What do you guys think it's going to be if I paint this all pink? What do you think this is going to be if I paint it all pink? Yes? No? Maybe you know? We are getting ready to paint this pink because I'm sure you guys are already in the middle of figuring out what this could be. if you're as old as me, you certainly remember it. Although kids these days, because they use the computers so much, they might not remember what this is, what the shape of this is. I don't know if they use these in schools much anymore. I honestly don't. Now, this wood that I'm using is a redwood. It's a little more expensive than regular pine. It's actually 2x6. You don't necessarily have to get that. A 2x4 would work, but I'm using 2x6. Can everybody figure out what the heck it is that Des is making? I had my water in here and the grandbaby needed it this weekend, so. Hi, Karen. Oh, she guessed. She guessed. Good job, Karen. And if I say good job a lot, Karen, that's because, you know, had the grandbaby over yesterday and I was helping her with her homework. Because that's what grandmas do. She has a lot of homework and her mom doesn't necessarily have a lot of time to help her. So I'll pick up the slack as much as I can. So yes, we are making an eraser. And guess what? Is one of the easiest things you can do is to make an eraser. Because the shape is something pretty simple. Now this is a 2x6. I used redwood, which is kind of an expensive wood to be doing this with, but you can certainly use pine wood. This is like redwood for redwood fencing. I think that's where I got it. I know that when I bought this, it was not the price I was expecting, so it was a little expensive. But we're getting there. So yes, I have a question for everybody who's watching. What teacher was most influential in your life? What teacher was the teacher that had the most influence on you? It could even be, you know, because some of them are not necessarily teachers. They are administration. And a lot of the administrators, like principals and vice principals, were teachers. So they do work their way up. So I don't know if you guys can hear little kitties in the background. They are out there in a crate right now because they're getting old enough to move around and they're not necessarily potty trained, so they have to stay in the crate till they get potty trained and leave the premises. So here we go. Alright, as this dries, I want to show you guys what the project is. So this little transfer, it's a silkscreen transfer. It says the influence of a good teacher can never be erased. So I'm going to be using this on here. Excuse me. And I might put this part on the ends. That's actually a good idea. I could put that on the ends. And maybe here. But, or you could put it like this. I'm not sure. Should I go this way or should I go this way? This way or this way? Which way do the erasers have their words? I'm not entirely sure. Here we go. We're going to turn this over and get the back side, because I think the front side's mostly dry. This right here is just acrylic paint. So it's very inexpensive paint that I got at the Big W store, superstore here in town. There we go. We got to get a little more. This is, the idea for this came from the designer groups that I'm part of for Chocatour. We have a thriving community, and it's a lot of fun. You get to see a lot of ideas, a lot of projects that people are making. And here we go. I'm almost done painting it. If I was to really get on this, I probably should have sanded this. But for a quick project, and this would be a great gift to give a teacher, and God bless them all. Right now, with everything that's going on, they are out there doing all kinds of stuff. Just making it happen. They are all making it happen. You know, I probably should have been more polite, because there's a little boy who lives next door. I think his room is right there. Alright. I am thinking, does it look like I got everything? I think I got one little piece right there. There we go. So, big pink eraser! Who remembers the big pink erasers? Who remembers these big pink erasers? I remember them. I also remember, hey Lynette! I remember the big pink erasers. I even remember being in second grade, and I accidentally broke my friend Darren's eraser. And that was back when teachers could hit you, and I got my knuckles smacked with a ruler. So yeah, and I just cringed. I remember cringing. I didn't cry. I just cringed, because I didn't break the eraser on purpose, but it did make him cry. It did make him cry. So we have our eraser, which is just a block of wood, and all I did is I took my handy dandy saw here and so this is a Ryobi. Now I'm not promoting it, but you know, these are affordable tools. They are not things that you would find out on a work site, but they do make a good tool. So if you see these tools, I think this was $50. I did buy it a different saw blade. But the blade has been angled for the cut. So they do. The Ryobi, you know, the Ryobi brand, they get kind of people tend to think not so highly of them out on job sites, but they are meant, for more hobbyists, people like me. I don't use my saws all that much, so it's gonna last me a while, unlike some other things. So let's see. I have my, and who can guess what this shape is? Who can guess what this shape is? I bet you guys can. It's pink. It has an angle on one side and an angle on the other side. So, what is this? Everybody who's watching this at this time of night should be old enough to remember these. And I'm not trying to get you guys on your age. I really am not. But, yeah. We are looking at the big pink eraser. And how cute would this be if we took this and gave it to a teacher? This would be super cute. And so, with that said, let me go ahead and pull out my handy dandy transfer. And these are simple to cut. Very, very simple. And if you're not comfortable cutting them, you can always have your significant other. Let me find, where is that pen? I need the marker. I want the marker. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put this on here and we're gonna go back. Here, let me write it over here where you guys can see. I'm writing the word back on the back, and I am putting this, I think this is the fall, winter 2020. The whole point of that, when I do that, is so that I remember which catalog this came out of. So it says, the influence of a good teacher can never be erased. So with that question, what teacher do you remember in your life that you've never forgotten? For me, well, there's a lot of teachers. But, and it can be a little hard to remember, a teacher that was your favorite teacher. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right in here like this. We're going to use that on the ends. Just like that. And I have found a use for my black sparkly, because this was one of my favorite colors. And I'll put a little bit of that in there. Just a little squirt of distilled water. Your 5th grade teacher? Let's see, who is my 5th grade teacher? 4th grade teacher was Mrs. Veenstra. 5th grade teacher, who was my 5th grade teacher? I remember my 6th grade teacher, Mrs. Something. Can't remember the rest of her name. But I remember her face. My kindergarten teacher was Mrs. Fry. All right, here's a good quiz. How many teachers? Name the teachers you remember from elementary school. I'm not going to go into high school because, when I went to high school, I had 7 classes a day. And that was, 2 semesters a quarter for 4 years. Yeah, I can't remember them all. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. just like this. I remember my kindergarten teacher was Mrs. Fry. My first grade teacher was Mrs. Huff. My second grade teacher was Mrs. Batty. She's the one who smacked my hands with a ruler because I broke an eraser. That was my friend Darren Caskey's eraser. Points if you can remember all of that. And then here we'll pull this up. Oh, look at that. That's so cute. But I'm going to use this part right here on the ends. So I'm just going to go ahead and go right here. I did not... Yeah, this ought to be interesting because I didn't... It's not as wide, but that's okay. We don't necessarily have to have it as wide. And I'm thinking, because I don't want it... There we go. I'm getting it on the end of this side, and then I'll go over to the other side. Okay. See? Put it on that end. I got another end to do. Whoops. Don't want to get it all over. I am getting it all over though. Trying not to. I'm going to put this on that. Hold that. Yes, I am very good at there we go. Almost got it done. You guys, oh! Look at that. My laptop shut itself down. There is something wrong with that laptop. I think it overheats. So sorry you can't see what you're saying. But, hey, let me know in the comments section if you're watching this live or later who your favorite teacher was. Who was your favorite teacher? Look at that. The influence of a good teacher can never be erased. So what teacher influenced you over the years? I can name my kindergarten teacher was Mrs. Fry, and I was only 5, 6 years old. My first grade teacher was Mrs. Huff. My second grade teacher was Mrs. Batty. My third grade teacher was Mrs. Howitz. And boy, my fingers don't want to work. Mrs. Howitz, and I saw her when I was pregnant with my daughter. My daughter's 25, so that was 25 years ago. Mrs. Howitz. My fourth grade teacher was Mrs. Veenstra. My fifth grade teacher, who was my fifth grade teacher? I can't remember. I have to look in the books. Sixth grade teacher, Mrs. Agnes. And then, 7th, 8th, 9th. Then you go into high school, junior high and high school, and there's lots of teachers there. So, let me know in the comments section here what teachers you remember. We'll make it a contest. Whoever remembers the most teachers wins. But, so this is project 4. And ever since I saw somebody else do this project, I wanted to do this project. So, This would make a great gift. And, you know, I put these on the ends, but you could put them up here and here. But this would be a great gift to a teacher, and God bless them all for the hard work they are putting in, shifting from stand-up teaching in front of a classroom to teaching behind a Zoom camera, and most of them are not used to that kind of thing. They're not sure how to go about it, and they are dealing with a lot of stuff they would never have to deal with when they have their own classroom. I saw online somebody who said there was a parent who came in, and in the background they could hear them swearing, which is awful to subject a child to. And that teacher just shut the whole class down. So that's something they're facing. They are facing things that they never thought they would have to face now. So my heart goes out to all the teachers right now. And I'm going to say this one is for all those teachers that are always and forever never appreciated nearly enough, considering the influence that they have on our children and our future. So, with that said, you guys, I want to thank you all for watching tonight. And I know I'm behind one, because today is October 5th, and this is Project 4, so I'm behind one. I will catch up, maybe next weekend, but we are on a mission. I am on a mission, 90 projects in 90 days. So by the end of this year, I will have done 90 projects, and I hope you guys will continue joining me. Special little thing here. This is Chalk Couture, and if you are interested in more information about it and really want to try these projects, hit me up in the messenger. I do have samples, so you can message and find out how to get those little small sample kits that are inexpensive, and you get to try it out. So with that said, you guys, I'm going to say goodnight. I have a transfer to clean. This transfer, I'll clean this and put it down upside down on a towel, and we'll reuse it maybe in another project. So, good night.